Some stories, ladies and gentlemen, are worth telling again and again and again. And today I'm going to tell one of those ancient stories. It's the story of Lord Krishna, warrior prince Arjun, and warrior prince Duryodhan. What happens is that when the big battle of Mahabharata is coming close, all the kings and all the princes are reaching out to other kings and other princes asking for help in the battle. As the story goes, both Arjun and Duryodhan go to Lord Krishna to ask him for his support. Lord Krishna divides himself into two parts, as in he says that on one side I, Narayan, Krishna, would be fighting and I won't pick any arms, and on the other side would be my grand army that is called Narayani Sena, or the army of the Lord. Now, any pragmatic person would think that of course you win the war with armies, you win the war with weapons. You don't win a war with one person. Like, one person is nothing. And when given the choice, Prince Arjun, who was not pragmatic, by the way, Arjun was a bit of a romantic, and what Arjun decides is that he wants Narayan himself, he wants Krishna. So he says, Krishna, I don't care about the army, you are my friend and I want you on my side. And at this, Prince Duryodhan smiles. He is very happy because he got what he wanted. Who cares for Krishna? He wanted the grand army, and he has the Narayani Sena, the grand army of Lord Krishna. Both of them are really happy. They go home. Now here's the twist. Even with the grand army, and the army that was an overall army strength that was way more than Pandavas, Kauravas lost, and Pandavas won. And some would argue that without Lord Krishna, Pandava would have never won this great battle. To a great extent, Krishna alone led them to that victory. Now this story always makes me think of a lot of things, of the divide between romanticism and pragmatism. Should you be romantic or should you be pragmatic? To some extent, a case has to be made in the favor of being romantic, and it's also true that what you perceive are the necessities for you to achieve a goal might not be the necessity. So if you look at it, I'm looking ahead, it makes sense to have a grand army to win a war. But then an army is nothing without its leader. Without a good leader, even an army as grand as Lord Krishna's army was defeated. And a good leader can take something that's not so great and turn it into great. And war is a metaphor, but even in the life, if you have a few good friends who could sort of help you get through your most difficult times, who could look at your strength, look at the goodness in you, who bring out the best in you, that's much better than being on the side of the crowd. And I'm particularly narrating this story because I've heard multiple times that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's a noble sentiment if you have the love of people, if you have the support of people. It's fantastic. It really means a lot. And to a great extent, when you do good things, people do admire you, they do support you. However, in the beginning, people are also confused. They don't know your potential. They don't know what you could be. And they look at the things that are more external. So people gravitate towards already established big groups, even if that group is a group of bullies or a group of people who are not so, let's say, not so nice people. And it plays out more heavily in high school, when you see that bullies sort of have big group and the nice guy or the boy or the girl with a pure heart is being bullied, right? And one of the great example is a bit controversial, but if you look at it, what happened to Snape? He was being bullied, but he was alone, and his bullies, that was James Potter, he's in a group. So it is true that mob often sides on the side of majority and insanity as well. And Nietzsche as well said that in individuals insanity is rare, but in group, nations, societies, insanity is a rule. And to a great extent he was true. Now the only thing is that people are not, okay, there are a few bad people, yes, a few rotten apple, but in general people are just trying to save their asses, that's it. And it's wise to not let it get to you. But I picked Harry Potter example very specifically because most of the time you don't feel very righteous when you're being bullied, or when you're on the other end of the table, when you're alone and a lot of people are not understanding you. You feel like you're the bad person. You feel, and even if you can see in the demeanor of Snape, he kind of starts to behave like a bad person, even if it's externally, and internally, like, real life gets a little more messy, and chasing crowd always is not a good idea. So I think between Army of the Lord, Narayani Sena, and Narayan, if one has to choose, I think it's better to be romantic and choose Narayan, choose Lord Krishna, because it doesn't matter how dense is the darkness, one candle is enough to show you the way when things get to show you the path when things are really dark. So darkness could be all infinite, but it's always defeated by one tiny candle. And when people say, I think that respect people who love you, respect people who bring the most out of you, respect people who give you their unconditional support, respect people who don't turn their eyes when you are crying, respect people who do not make you feel bad in your life. You don't have to go and chase approval of every Tom, Dick and Harry who thinks that you are a bad person, or who puts the fear of God in you, try to shame you, tell you that, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. No. Say fuck you to them, fuck you to all of them, and listen to your heart, listen to people who love you, and people who do not love you, people who find flaws in you all the time. Well, it's a better strategy to walk away. And I have, in my personal life, I've always been surrounded, I've been at places multiple times where people in my vicinity were not very supportive. And one thing I do is that I still hold on to my family, which is not always with me, but I reach out to them almost daily. Then a few good friends that I have, wherever they are, be in the United States, be in Europe somewhere, be in India, it doesn't matter. I just give them a WhatsApp call, a video call, and we talk. Then in my vicinity, I try to meet people who are like-minded, with whom I can talk about books, poetry. And if someone tries to, demean me, demoralize me, I just walk away. And even if I have to go alone, that's okay. I will go fast. I'm simple as that. And when I find my caravan, like my group of people, I will go far. But the thing is that you should not break. As simple as that. No matter what the situation, you can always come out stronger. If you're alone, go fast. If you're with people who support you, go go together, go far. But in both cases, be assured that you are not lost, you're not lonely. And talking about God is a bit of well, it's a bit difficult in such short videos. But whatever you believe in universe, in God, in nature, whatever you believe in love, believe in that. That's gonna support you even when the entire world is against you. Alright then, have a good day or good evening, and see you in the next video.